Good evening, it's your boy Butler. Hey man, stay out of prison, bro. If you can help somebody stay out of prison, do that. One of the leading causes of going to prison is breaking the law. So the sooner we're able to back away from that, we'll be in a better place. Now, without further ado, man, we're going straight to this story. I have not seen it. I don't know what the time frame is. I don't know when it happened. It just popped up on my screen. So here we go.
In the murder of her 9-year-old son.
Oh, you gotta go back on that.
Well, turning now to a heartbreaking story on Detroit's West Side, where a mother is charged in the murder of her 9-year-old son. Zemar King's remains were discovered in the backyard of his home on Woodingham Drive near Outer Drive in Livernois last month. We've been following this story since those remains were found, but today we learn this tragic case stretches back even further. 7 News Detroit reporter Brandee Wimbley has more from police, prosecutors, and a neighbor who knew the family.
Investigators believe they've gotten to the bottom of a grim discovery at this home on the city's west side. A little boy's body was found buried behind this garage. His mother is now accused of killing him.
I want to talk about a case of a young boy named Zemar King III.
Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy levying charges against 41-year-old Brandee the murder of her 9-year-old son.
The cause of death found by the medical examiner was smothering and neck compression.
Authorities believe it happened in October of last year. Zemar's remains were not found until...
This is what I am gonna say. Man, I hate to keep interrupting, bro, but bro, for a parent to unalive their child, bro, it gotta be some mental health issues going on, or it gotta be a drug addiction, bro. I can't see you doing something to your seed, bro. It's just weird. It's just so weird. But let's listen.
Till January 6th of this year, buried behind a garage at the rental home on Woodingham, where Pierce lived with Zemar and her other son, said to be 3 years old.
It's alleged that she purchased a shovel. She bound him by tying his hands and feet together and dug a hole in the background of the house on Woodingham, where she had been living for a short time.
Sources tell me Pierce moved into the house in early September of 2024.
It's sad, though. It's really sad that that happened.
One neighbor who did not want to be identified recalled an encounter with Pierce back in early November. She knew something was wrong. It was a month after authorities say Zemar was murdered.
As a woman, I'm like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, and then she would stand there, and then she would walk back. She'd stand there, walk back. So maybe something was wrong with her, I don't know, or maybe she was dealing with the issue of what she did.
Sources tell me the landlord went to the home to do some maintenance 2 days before Thanksgiving and found the home vacant. Pierce fled the state to Georgia with her 3-year-old son, where Worthy says he is now in foster care. Public records show Pierce was arrested in Brookhaven, Georgia, for cruelty to children in the first degree on December 20th. Pierce was arrested again in Cobb County, Georgia on January 10th for possession of a controlled substance and theft. Meanwhile, here in Wayne County,
we are charging Brandee Pierce today with 1 count of murder in the first degree premeditation. Count 2 is homicide felony murder.
The Detroit Police Department works relentlessly on behalf of victims, and we are confident that there will be accountability for this.
Now, Pierce is in custody in Georgia. Investigators are working to get her extradited back here to Wayne County, where she will face those murder charges. I'm Brandee Wimbley, 7 News Detroit.
Hey man, first of all, I want to say rest in peace to Zemar. Bro, Detroit leads to murder charges. You in Georgia, Shawty? Living live. This is in Georgia.
A tragic loss and heartbreaking discovery as we learn more tonight about a Detroit mother charged with killing her 9-year-old son.
And tonight, police say the arrest made months ago may have saved the life of a 3-year-old child. This is the mugshot for 41.
Damn. Probably strung out on drugs, bro. Hey, man. I ain't blaming nobody.
1-year-old Brandee Pierce, she faces murder and child abuse charges in Detroit, accused of smothering her 9-year-old son Zemar and burying him in the backyard.
New arrest warrants show police arrested Pierce. in Brookhaven back in December for child cruelty against her 3-year-old. Police say Pierce told them they were homeless and living out of a rental car at the time. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is live now from the Cobb County Jail, where Pierce is behind bars until she can be extradited back to Detroit. Angelina, police say that arrest in December likely saved her youngest child's life.
Well, police immediately contacted other authorities back when this arrest happened, as this child, this 3-year-old Zor, was being checked out at a hospital in Metro Atlanta. Now, back then, Pierce told police that she had come to Metro Atlanta for a fresh start with her 3-year-old. This just months after prosecutors in Detroit say she killed her 9-year-old son and buried him. October 2024.
The cause of death found by the medical examiner was smothering and neck compression.
A gruesome death.
It's alleged that she purchased a shovel. She bound him by tying his hands and feet together and dug a hole in the background of the house on Whittingham, where she had been living for a short time.
Detroit prosecutors say 41-year-old Brandee Pierce
Say an arrest made months ago may have saved the life of...
All right, so I'm not pointing the finger at nobody right here, but she clearly had a drug addiction. So I try to look at things from a different perspective. You a bad person for offing your son. You're a bad person for putting him in those kind of environments. You're a bad person for altering the life of your 3-year-old. You going to jail is probably the best thing to happen to that 3-year-old. But what I want you to take into consideration, a lot of times we contribute to the nonsense, and then we have this selective rage. What I mean by that is that somebody out here selling her drugs. If you're a drug dealer, if you pushing dope or whatever this lady addicted on, bro, and I can't say you just as guilty because I understand you're trying to put food on the table, but bro, you contribute to this nonsense. You contribute to this nonsense. And some of the people who contribute to the nonsense are victims just like everybody else. But what I'm saying is, when you selling dope and you like, I don't care, and then stuff like this happen, bro, this is a result of you selling drugs. You responsible for this. Maybe not from a technical perspective, but here's the thing. If you get caught with fentanyl, or if somebody dies, see what I'm saying? So if somebody overdose off drugs, off fentanyl, they coming to look for your ass. They coming to get you. So she didn't overdose, but she offed her son. I think, and I'm just thinking out loud, and maybe this is a far reach, because then you would put all of the responsibilities back on the drug seller. It was an idea. But in reference to your conscience, know that you contribute to this nonsense and a lot of other things, but it is what it is. Man, y'all like, share, subscribe, get in that comment section. Let me know what you think.